Welcome back. Well, when was the last time you talked with your kids about bullying, and even more important, how not to be a bully? To get us the conversation, to help us get the conversation started, is Atlanta Public School K-8 Counseling Coordinator, Jennifer Wilson. Hi, Jennifer.
Thanks so much for having us today.
Well, it's such an important topic, and I was telling you, 3 kids in the APS school system, but a lot of people watching sent their kids back to school within the last few weeks or even this week. So how do we educate our kids about bullying and also cyberbullying, which is something we didn't have when we were growing up, but definitely a factor now?
It's a huge factor, and it really kind of terrifies parents, brings up some anxiety when you start to think about the whole topic of cyberbullying. But I can say, as a parent of 2 adult daughters, the biggest thing is to get that conversation going.
Sure.
And we want to educate ourselves on what's going on in terms of knowing what social media platforms our young people might be involved in. But we really want to have those conversations about what are our values in our family. What do we expect of ourselves? What do we expect of our children? And we've got to model those appropriate behaviors. So as parents, we can't be the ones posting that unkind comment either. But it's important to have the conversation, like you said, about, you know, what to do if you see bullying, what to do if you're experiencing it. And also, we want to be mindful that our kids can sometimes be engaging in bullying behaviors. And when that happens, it usually means that that young person, there's something going on. They're not feeling good about themselves, they're not feeling engaged, or they just don't have the pro-social skills that they need. So just like we taught our little kids how to ride a bike, or we taught as they got older how to drive a car, we can't neglect as parents that we've got to teach them those skills to be able to have positive relationships with others.
Yeah, teaching those skills, but then also being self-aware enough to look inward if you are the parent and maybe you have said something unkind and that your children are watching you, so lead by example. That's so important. Let's talk programs within APS, but that you are doing to promote kindness and inclusivity.
One of the great things about Atlanta Public Schools is we really take a restorative practice to all that we do with students. So we're trying to explicitly teach students skills. All of our students from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade get lessons from our social emotional learning department. And so those lessons are chances in the classroom to have community gatherings and to talk about how to make friendships and relationships, how to maintain them, and what to do when something's gone off course and we've got to repair those relationships. So that's a big feature we have. And then when we notice that students may need additional support, we've got steps that we can take in place a step further. Every one of our schools has a school counselor in place, and unique to Atlanta Public Schools, we've got a school social worker in every one of our buildings, which is very rare in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, let's talk real life scenarios. So I have 3 kids, you know, they go to school every day. What do I do not only if they're, I think oftentimes as a parent we think of our kid being bullied, but what if they see bullying taking place? Do you have strategies or anything I could say to my kid to talk to them to stick up for somebody else? Is there a proper way to do that?
Yeah, one thing is, first we've got to ask kids, what do they mean? They come home and say, oh, I saw this person being bullied. You know, ask for instances, what did that look like? What was somebody saying? What were they doing? Because sometimes it could be just a moment of unkindness. A big thing to teach our kids is the difference between joking, teasing, and bullying. Because joking, we're both having a good time. Teasing, you could be saying something I don't like and I'm not feeling good about that. So you've got to rethink what you're saying. And bullying is, I'm really repeatedly being hurt either physically or emotionally. And so we want to have those conversations about how when we speak up and we report bullying taking place, we're not just helping the victim, but we're also giving that bully a chance to get some of that support from school counselors, from home, from parents who are partnering with us, school social workers, all of those kind of things. Because we do have great things in place to help kids kind of get out of that habit or that repeated pattern.
Right, it's cliche, but hurt people, and it applies to children as well. Yeah, so I love that you guys are putting so much in place. Tell me quickly where parents can go for resources.
Well, you can always come to us at the district. If you look at our website, we've got coordinators in social work and in our school counseling office. But I would say go straight to your school. Pick up the phone and let your school counselor know, school social worker know, and don't be afraid to say, hey, I don't really like the way my child's behaving. And
Sure.
I'd like to help figure out ways to get them more connected to school, feeling better about school. But what I really want parents to take away is the knowledge too that yes, we know it's out there, but there is so much in place. And what kids are self-reporting, like on our Georgia Student Health Survey, something we lean into data-wise really heavy at the district level. And most of our kids report that the difference is really remarkable between 6th and 12th grade, how they have built the skills to be able to cope and deal. So again, we're teaching those skills, we're building those skills, but we're producing people who can go out in the world and be leaders of kindness.
All right, Jennifer, thank you for all that you do in the community and beyond. And we hope we've inspired somebody today to start that important conversation. Thank you so much.